Right, so first off, tested it, no action point, right? And then I did some reading, of course, because that's what I should have done from the start. You can't gain action points on your opponent's turn, meaning that old dash is actually a lot weaker than what I thought, right? Because if you end up going second, your ability is wasted on crank, right? Because the action point just gets wasted. I mean, still putting an item in play is nice. The quantum process still allow you to put another item and jumpstart the game with a bunch of items, but the payoff isn't too great. So I think just playing normal new dash, I should say. I keep trying to say normal dash, new dash, right? As your item generator is probably better, right? Because then you can just pay one, generate action point is basically the way I like to think of her ability. It's still good. It's a little less fun, right? I don't know. Symbiosis shot seems like it could have been cool. I think again, if it was a pistol, right, we could have had some fun. Anyway, today we shall tackle our Mech Overlord. So we want to play Singularity. Now, this card is not good, right? If I could even spell it. No, I was right. Singular. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Singularity. Legendary, so you can only have one, right? So you have to find your one copy. If you play boost, you have to make sure not to boost it, because it's a construct, not an Evo. If it was an Evo, now that would have been not a decent power boost, but not overpowered, right? Because then as Teklovossen, you can obviously play it from your banish zone, but the Singularity side, like Nitro, is a construct. So if it gets banished, gets sent to the graveyard, if it's sent to your graveyard, you can use like Remembrance or something to put it back. But if it's sent to the banish zone, you're out of luck, right? You got one chance, unlike Nitro, we can run two. And if you lose it somehow, oh well. But, this is probably what everyone wants to see. I mean, I'd like to get to work, but Nitro is just so much more efficient. Transform your hero, your weapon, and 4 Evos. You have equipped into Teklovossen, the Necropotent. It enters arena with life equal to the hero it transformed from. 4 Evos. Again, that's the big hurdle, because you have to get 4 Evos, 4 unique Evos, right? So 1 for every slot into play. Find this card, pay 6, play it. And then you also, have to have the right setup to capitalize on playing it, right? Because if you leave it out in the open, it's equipment. There's lots of ways for your opponent to mess with it, as pointed out, right, promptly by Legendary Studios in their article. It is such a downgrade from Nitro. You have to pay for its attack. You get the slight upside of making your opponent discard a card. Only great if you could, use it repeatedly. But getting the resources to do so, hard. Getting the action points to do so, hard. Getting this on the field, hard. And then also your Acknowledged attack action cards go again. I think this is probably the weakest effect to give Acknowledges, because there are just A, crank now, action points, and then B, right, boost is the most offensive line that Acknowledges can always run. And it again just generates go again. So this and the item that gives all your actions, it's attack actions, right? The item as well. Do crank so we can find it, right? It should be this, right? Yeah, so attack action cards, right? If it was action cards, maybe, but it's not a huge rationale to me for attack action cards, right? There's not too many things that you actually want to string together that can't already be strung together. Even like maximum velocity, I guess 2 maximum velocities, right? It would be cool. But again, finding them, because, right, we don't have any real tutors in Flesh and Blood. Not really easy tutors, I should say. Runeblade actually has a few, I think, right? And Wizard as well. But yeah, very lackluster. It's not good. Anyway, I am going to get to work, right? And we'll make the backbone and see what we can do. And probably, like I said, eventually give up and just move to Nitro, right? Because Nitro should be fun. We, again, gave Symbiosis a shot a go. Interesting concept. I'd love the idea of just shooting away at your opponent. We're going to give Singularity a go. Love the concept of just smashing your opponent's face in as this giant metal dude. But both of them, right, the build-up for the payoff, not really balanced. Here's the biggest issue I have with Teklovossen. Now, all the Evo cards, right? They seem good, but again, to really get the payoff, you need Evos equipped. The best way to get to having Evos equipped is to run boost, because you want to have them all in your banish zone so that as you desire, you can play them, and you can play them in the order that you want to play them, right? Again, most likely wanting to chain the Sentry and Steel Soul back and forth so that you can maximize the effects of the Steel Soul. So in other words, you don't want to play the Evo stuff, right? You want to play Evos and Boost because there isn't enough room for all three, right? If you add all three concepts, it becomes significantly harder to hit your Evos, right? Ideally, you want 50-50, so that way every time you boost, there is a high possibility that you are sticking your Evos in your banish zone for Teklovossen's ability. I like the concept, but surely they understand how efficient Flesh and Blood is, that this just would never work, right? Again, by himself, Teklovossen, without going for the big payoffs, is great, right? Every now and then being able to re-equip armor to be really defensive and then still run the high offensive Mech line seems great. Going for big concepts like Singularity, that is painful. We're so close. 7 more cards, and then we'll just play test against the dummy and see how many turns it takes us to get Singularity off, right? So I think at this point I just want boost. It's just what boost do I run? I mean, primarily you want blue because the Steel Soul costs so much. Even just the Sentry costs so much, right? And then you have to pay 3 for your ability as well, just so that you have the action points to chain together the Evos. I mean, the upside is you should be able to get, roughly 4 off, more or less. No, significantly less than that. Even if you go into the resource generators, right? The chess piece, 3, yeah. So you pay 3 for the ability, you get 3. I mean, you could chain them back and forth, but then that doesn't really get you anywhere because it's not having 4 of any Evos, it's having each slot. And then, again, you want the action points so that you can play them instant. I mean, you can go without the action points. I don't know. I don't know about this. Yeah. Well, this is what I've come up with. So we're running the full set of the Buzz set, right? Bug set. Come on, it's Bug. Because basically, you put it in your banish zone and it just sits there till you're ready to go. And then you can play them all on instant speed. They all cost 0, so you don't have to worry about action point and you don't have to worry about resources. Plus, then you can take advantage of their crappy abilities. They're not good. I mean, the banish is nice. The resource, I guess, is nice. I was thinking the breaker set, but I think getting the breaker set to function as well as losing cards is a bit worse. And then the general idea is either we're trying to play Evos, get Evos into our banish zone through scrapping and boosting, or just doing nothing, because the 40 cards is way too small to get this running. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll play it till we get Singularity, right? I think. So we'll just go Talishare. I'll play. Oh, that's not the right deck, because you're at the top now. We'll still just play against the dummy, right? Just basic normal attack, single player, private, open format, done. Oh, I forgot to take the Teklo lever. Doesn't matter. I wouldn't be using it anyway. I mean, you would eventually. No, God, I have to. Because you need the weapon. Equipment and weapon. Nope, where's the leveler? Teklo leveler, right? Is it worth it? Pay 1, attack, 3 or more, gains go again. Yeah, I guess it's alright. Yeah, I don't think you'd probably be activating it again. You just need all the resources to play the Evos. The Evos just cost so much. And it's 2-handed too, which is annoying. Right? Be good to have some level of, I mean, even just the lantern. Anyway, Talishare, private game. Let's see how many turns. Place your bets, right? How many turns do you think it's going to take me to get everything set up, right? Again, we're playing with minimal resistance. All trying to get, where is it even? Oh, it's there. There we go. For a minute, I thought it wasn't in there. It's a pace 6 from the start. That is atrocious. And then you get 3 cards to go into your ability. So if you draw a blue, you can attack 3 times. Right? So 18 damage isn't even enough to pressure. In Class Constructed, you'd have no chance whatsoever. Right? You do get the benefits of transforming the Evos. But, right? Again, you need the 6 going into it, or you can get the 6 from transforming the Evo Steel Soul. So which is better? That's the rough part, right? Getting 3 and then 1 off the Buzz Hive, maybe? I don't know. And then having more, just conceptually seems good. Functionality, I don't know. I don't know about it. I mean, I guess you can cut that and just run the Steel Soul and the Sentry stuff. We'll see how many rounds. Okay, so what do we have? with scrap compactor, scrap compactor, scrap compactor. That is fantastic, is it not? Right? This is an awful starting hand. This is the worst possible hand. And I'm not even running. Right, I have, oh my god. I have 12 Evos. We get 1, so that's to be expected, 1 and 4. Right, but then we get 3 scrap compactors, which are all just worthless because we don't have any Evos in the graveyard. Oh, let's just go again. In fact, you know what? Let's just tweak it a bit. Let's get rid of these because I don't think they're necessary now. Thinking about it, I think you want the Steel Soul on top. All right, you still want 4 because you just play whichever one you get first. So you have the defensive option, right? So if you play Steel Soul first, then you only play 1 Sentry. If you play Sentry first, then you can go for all 4. So we have 4 cards. We need more boost, right? Again, I think just 0 cost boost to again try and get them into your graveyard, so then you can scrap them is the go. No, sorry, boost goes straight into the match. Never mind. Don't forget about that. Don't worry about scrapping. Why am I running scrap? When they're destroyed, do you get the resources? I suppose that is nice, right? But is it worth it? Probably not. I think, yeah, no, scrap compactor is garbage. Okay, let me retweak it. You know what? No, my brain had a plan, right? You block with them from hand, and then you scrap compact them. Then you play them from the back zone. Done. Sorted. Okay. What are we doing? Boost. Yes. Boost. Blue. Lowest cost is all we want, right? Just so that we can play them. Another one of you. Another 2 of you, apparently. Okay, another 2 of you. And then is there another 0 cost? There's Expedite, which doesn't really function for stability. But the fact that, right, it's boost. Although Twin Drive is probably... Again, you want to get them into your banish zone, right? So that you can assemble Exodia significantly easy. But then you also want blue because you want all the high pitch because they're so costly. I suppose the instant set is the easiest one to go for. Just running 2 copies. Oh, this is wrong. Nope. God, I hate the leave button on Talishare, in all honesty, right? Because it's just grayed out and just goes unnoticed. Okay. Place your bets. How many rounds? This is better, except we have Singularity from the get-go, meaning this just stays with us, right? For the entirety of the game. Oh, at least we can stick it in our arsenal and not worry about the opponent. Gorgarian Tome, draw something for me. Done. Evo Steel Soul. Just Data Link, boost 1 for me. Yes, always boost. Right, yeah, we got 1 in our banish zone. Fantastic. Right? No action points. We should, because we boosted. What is going on? Alright, because it has opt. I was confused for a second. We definitely want that, right? Because I'm going to defend to put them into our graveyard. So keep it on the top. Cool. Now we can play this for 2. I mean, we can... Oh, pitching. What about pitching? Pitch Singularity. Done. Nope, because it costs 2. Pitch that as well. Why not? Also, what are these? +1. Shuffle attack action card from banish zone. Again, if it was just any action, would be fantastic. Right, you then don't have to worry about boosting Singularity. Pay 1 to gain 2, and then pay 1 to gain action points. So they're all valid, right? Because then you'd have to pay 3 for instant. Anyway, then now on the arms, can't play anything else. That's fine. So we just pass. We draw up. We definitely want that on the bottom. If it's in our arsenal, we can't block with it, so we're not going to do that. Right, so they swing. Now, all we want to do is get rid of all our Evos, right? Obviously, you'd split up the block, and you could also then block with the Sentry twice, right? Yeah, because it doesn't have destruction, right? So you can just block with everything. Again, super defensive, which is good, but you're basically just a turtle hiding in your little shell. Then we can go into Scrap Compactor. You probably go T-Bone into Scrap Compactor, actually. Right, so you boost. We get another Evo, which is great. Pass. Pass. Right, then we play Scrap Compactor, and we get rid of our Evos. Now, are we at the point where we can start doing fun stuff? Probably not. Right, because this is cost 4, so there's no way we can get to that. So probably next turn is where we can start. And we still have some decent defensive opportunities. So again, you block, and then you can still block, right? 3. You can also play any of these if you wanted. Keep the blues to pitch. But now we want to try and get stuff done. So we can go Steel Soul, Sentry first. You got to play them at instant speed, right? One of them at least. So you kind of want to boost so that you can get the Cogworks. So, oh, it's awful though. I guess we play 0 to 50 to boost. Then we can gain the action points. That's cheaper than paying 3. Again, this is just so costly. It's so annoying. Maybe you do just go for the instant speed ones. But then you can't really swing much with Singularity. I think you go 0 to 50. Yes, you want to boost. Right, you can now use all your equipment. Pay 1 to gain 2. Right, what happened to my... Alright, because they vanished, that's why they disappeared from my hand. Okay, so we definitely want to do Cogworks. You pitch Twin Drive, gain 2. You gain the action points off the legs. What does this do? That's just attack action. So we're at 1. We can then play Steel Soul for the action points. Right, so Steel Soul. We pitch the rocket. That covers the costs. Pass, we gain the resources from it. We gain the resources from it. Okay. And then we play the head. Oh well. Technically we'd have the head at this point, but it's fine. A little bit annoyed. Still same thing, right? Block, so that then we can pack them, or we can scrap trade to them. So pass, and this is just your life. It's just blocking, minimal attacks, because this doesn't have to be on hits, right? Same with boosting. And you just play. I'm going to speed things up, because this is going to take a while. Alright, finally we can do something decent, right? Because we can scrap trader to gain resources. And then, hopefully, we gain the action point, right? So, scrap trader, we can get rid of 2. So we want legs into legs, and we want chests. Yeah. We gain 4 resources off of that. Done. Then we play Teklovossen. So costly. We have to go into... I don't have it. Oh, this is still so crap because of the cost. A little bit of damage. We get action points. At this point, we can't play that. We can't play... Oh, we can play some of the 2s, I suppose. But I want to keep the effects of Singularity. I mean, ideally, we play this, and we actually get the action points. Sorry, we get the resources. But I don't think we will. Oh, we did that time. Then we can play him, and then we can play either of them. Right? When this transforms... where's one? When this transforms from or into an Evo. From or... Okay, no, so you don't gain the benefit from the base equipment. That makes them significantly worse. In actuality. Because you have to pay such a hefty cost to get the first base out before you can start cycling it. And again, we haven't really reaped that much benefit from cycling them. Okay, so we do that. We get Fabricate. We just hold on to Fabricate, I suppose. Why can I activate this? No, it's just bugged. Pass. Pitch zone. Done. That's a decent hand. Right, we have the 5 intellect now, so that's good. You may banish a Evo from your hand. Right, that's what we want to do. So I guess we're blocking with the legs. And nothing else. Pass. Okay. So we can do that for the resources. Good. We also fabricate it, which is probably better. All right, so we banish, and yes, we put it under. All right. Pass. This is putting it under. Doesn't really matter which slots. We're getting rid of that. We draw a card. It's now in our banish zone. We have 0 resources, but we can play the Steel Soul, gain resources, and then potentially play something at instant speed, right? Play the legs. No, but then the legs would have been better first because I don't have to play them at instant speed, right? So we do that. We pitch 2. Pass. We get an action point. We then play the body. We need to pitch 4, which is perfect. Pass. Pass. We get the resources. We don't have the action point though, so there's no point. Bottom of the deck. We should get Singularity very soon, right? Yeah, there we go. Cool. Too bad. Oh, we do have enough resources. So we block with Twin Drive, right? Still, on the turn where you can go into Singularity, there's no way to get this off quickly, right? So you need 6. So you need to keep 2 blues in your hand, meaning you have 1 turn and your Evos to block with. I mean, you can block for a lot with your Evos, right? But it's such an immense hurdle. Pass, Singularity. Finally. Done. Do we even get great effects? We get the resources. But ideally you want both the legs and the chest, right? Plus the intellect would be nice, not needed. Same with the arms. But if you have the legs and the chest, at least then you can swing a few times. But we didn't even have the action points to swing. Right, so getting the resources was useless. So again, you want Steel Soul on top. There's no point going for the instant equipment, right? Because then you're dead in the water. So you have to go for Steel Soul. Steel Soul has an immense cost to it. And yeah, I just don't think it's fast enough to play in any meta. It's gonna take some thinking. When you block with Teklo because you wanna you block with Teklo because you want to keep... Okay, you block with Teklo. Weird place, right? You block with Teklo because you want to keep all your resources. And then you just want to swing. Right? Which do I click on? No? Pitch 3. Banish 2 cards. I mean, you can replay the Evos if you banish them, but you need Fabricate. Can't play Fabricate from the banish zone, right? I mean, they're the resource generators, so banish them. What? Choose 2 subcards to banish. Oh, submit. It's all the way down the bottom. Cool. So we swing for 6, and they discard a card. Fantastic payoff.